Where you from? Man, I'm from down in the valley.
I got people trying to wish and pray that I'ma fall about it, all about it till we spoke in person. Don't wanna talk about it now, huh? Oh, you sound tough, toying with them, don't get wound up. How you wound up? Another number in the round up. Put the town up, built the sling up.
You mean like San Antonio? Nah, man, farther.
Got the east side flow. I'm a giant in the space like FIFA. All the kids
V's up, player.
Every time when they see my show, thinking that it happened overnight.
Let's start the show, Wattis.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Danny with Down in the Valley Sports, and y'all are in for a big treat today. We've got by way of Memphis and then Utah Tech, and of course the Rio Grande Valley, all conference linebacker Spencer Rich. How you doing today?
Doing good, man. Happy to be on with you guys.
Well, actually, a Nashville, Tennessee native. I see that flag back there. You got to represent, don't you?
Yes, sir. Tennessee, man.
Yeah, like that.
Can't forget it.
The 615, like they say, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll go ahead and do the rapid fire. That's okay, Danny.
Yeah, come on with it.
Yeah. So Richie Rich, I know that's my name to you, right? So I think we talked about. I'm probably the only one that calls you that, but I like the name. So first, two things. Actually, both apologies. One, I apologize that you had to live with AP for a couple years. I do apologize for that because I know him pretty well. I'm just joking on that one.
No, don't.
And
That's
two,
my roommate, man. I got to
yeah, that's
my
your
roommate.
boy, man. So, and then two, I think if I remember right, I messed up on your player profile way back in the day, and I wanted to apologize for that. You were super cool about it though, so I appreciate that. I remember you hit me up right after and told me I think one of the alumni or something messed up. So, I wanted to apologize for that, and thank you for being cool about it because I definitely triple checked my work after that to make sure we have it. So, I wanted to say thank you for that.
Oh, you're good. I didn't even remember it till you just said it. But yeah, I think you were quoting a couple people out of my high school that weren't out of my high school.
Yeah, I was like, damn, man. I was like, the AI got me on that one. I was like, oh, that's the wrong one.
Yeah,
And
that's
it
funny.
was like general area. But yeah, let's get into the rapid fire if that's okay. So the first one I got is Netflix or YouTube. Which one do you prefer?
Oh, I do both, but probably Netflix.
Okay. What's your favorite show?
I don't know. I'm watching Suits right now. I don't know if you've heard of it, but
Ooh, what season are you on?
I'm deep. I'm probably 7 or 8.
Okay. So you
So,
got the second or third, I think the third season gets a little bit of a lull, but everything
mhm.
else is fire.
Yeah,
That show right there is good.
it's a good
That
show.
brings me to my next question.
Yep.
Stranger Things or Outer Banks?
Oh, honestly, I haven't really sat down and watched either of them for some years, but probably I'll probably go Stranger Things.
I like it. All right. NBA 2K, Madden, or NCAA football?
Oh, I'll probably go none of the above. I don't really play video games if I'm being honest.
That's it? None? No video games at
No,
all?
I'm gonna go none. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a console or anything. So
Wow.
Good for
yeah.
you, man. That takes up a lot of time. I know a lot of the guys tell us different ones, but I haven't heard none. So I'll take that one. What's your favorite social media app that you use consistently?
I'd probably say Twitter. I like
Yeah.
Twitter. Yeah, I think I get a lot of stuff on Twitter, not just sports, but news and just random stuff. But yeah, I'd say Twitter's a pretty good one.
Cool. We definitely have our notifications off because I'm very active on Twitter. So
Oh
you
yeah, I don't
probably
have
see.
notifications on either for any social media really, but
Good for you, man. Good for you. Anime, Marvel, or DC?
ooh, I'll probably go Marvel.
Okay. Favorite character, favorite movie?
Mm, I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite, but I'm not a big anime guy, and DC isn't really my thing either. So
Okay. Now here's one that might get us in trouble. Nashville food or Texas barbecue?
yeah, I'll go Nashville.
Okay. Tell me
I'm gonna go
why, because that's
Nashville. I'm gonna go Nashville barbecue too.
Oh,
okay.
come on.
Tell me what stands what makes it stand apart?
I don't know. There's just I got some spots at home. Maybe I haven't tried all the spots here, but uh, I don't know. There's a good one out in Harlingen that I like. Smoke Water and Hole Barbecue. I don't know if y'all have
Yeah.
been.
Yeah, I've been to that place a
That's one of
couple
my
times.
favorites down here. But I got some good places back at home that I like. So
You got to educate us a little bit on this Nashville barbecue because I lived in Alabama for a while, and now they got that white sauce that they put on the chicken. Like, are y'all dealing with
White
any weird
sauce.
stuff like that in Tennessee?
I mean, you can ask for it, but I think just the classics, brisket, pulled pork, like there's a lot of places in Nashville that you can't really go wrong ordering it.
I feel like the South does pork really well, and
Yeah.
Texas does beef really well. Like we throw it down with like the brisket and the fajitas, but
Uh
like
huh.
I'm not gonna turn away some good pulled pork from the South.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's good places in both though, but to be honest, in Edinburgh, I don't think I've really tried like. I guess I tried the barbecue place over towards North McAllen, but other than
Mhm.
that, the 492 or whatever, or 429, whatever that one is. But it didn't impress me as much as what I had back home.
I get it.
No, I think now Chili's has the Nashville flavored wings, but they're not the same as like the other places I've been to. So I would stay away from that. One last question on the rapid fire. What's one thing that would surprise the fan base about you?
One thing that would
Yeah, one
surprise
thing, something out of the ordinary. Tell me something that would surprise the fan base.
Oh, that's
It's
that's
got
a
to
hard one.
dig deep for this one.
Yeah, let me dig deep.
No game console is surprising though. I'll be honest. You
I
can't
guess,
use
I
that
guess
one.
that's a pretty good one. Shoot, I didn't even have a TV in college till this year. I just got one, so maybe that I'll throw that out there.
No TV.
I mean, I had a monitor and stuff attached to my computer, but other
My
than
guy,
that, I mean, I can ski pretty well. Maybe that's one.
Okay.
yeah,
Grew up skiing, so
my guy's committed to the craft, and he doesn't have any distractions. No video
no,
games, no TV.
I wouldn't say no distractions. I would just say I, just those aren't it. But I don't know. I've been kind of drilled to to some the suits recently, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that thing could get a lot of time. I was watching that for a month straight. So I think that's a great show. I hope my daughter is at UTSA. She's thinking about going into law. So we'll see.
oh,
She was
nice.
watching that show with me, and she got through Suits, and she was pretty excited. So we'll see if she ends up doing it.
And
All right,
honestly,
Danny, I'll
the
pass it
video
back to
game
you.
thing, I just was never really good at it, so it just never really stuck. But
Well, I know
No,
this is not one of the questions, but what's your major? What type of education are you looking at? And I know you've been to a couple schools.
yeah,
Are you doing a master's, or what does that
so I'm
look
in the
like?
masters here, the master's of business administration, um,
Okay,
and yeah, it's been good so far. Finish up in May, so.
nice. What do you
that'll
plan on doing with the business?
Oh, I don't really know too much. I mean, I don't really have a set, path that I want to go down, but just thought it'd be good to have, especially when you can take advantage of it while you're playing. So,
Yeah.
it'd be
So if you got
excellent
any
to have.
banking or mortgage questions, I'm your guy. All
okay.
right. So the business stuff, I got you. Anything smart, you go to Danny, because Danny. So
Yeah,
I can't. I'll do it.
I'll
So
do
I'll
it,
pass it
man.
back to you, Danny.
nah, yeah, you're not wrong, Roy. I'm a little bit of a nerd that is enjoying business and entrepreneurship a little bit more, and there's a lot of that in the valley. I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah.
There
Yeah. There's a ton.
it has a very entrepreneurial spirit. So at some point in the future, whenever your playing days are over, that NBA will serve you really well. So that's good. But I wanted to transition over to the eye on the prize this year, which is football. So we've got a little bit of highlights here from last year, breakout year for you. Earned you some all conference recognition. Mr. Phil Steele is well known in the college football game, and he thought you were an all conference player. So um, you know very active on the field, or obviously you have to be at that middle linebacker position. But I see you pumping those legs, diagnosing the play, getting after it. See ball, get ball. Like, tell us about your year last year and what you're seeing on film.
Yeah. I mean, I would just say, first of all, it just starts like it's the whole defense. Like, to be able to put me and Haygood in a position to have so many tackles and, stats, the whole defense has to execute.
Hmm.
And I guess to that, like Coach Gamble's defense is it's a really sound defense that's more on the simple side. You don't have to think too much. You just kind of go out there and play football. Once you get the basics down, of course, and then yeah, I mean, there's just that, and obviously just the culture that has been created. Here. even since I got here, last January. Um, just makes you want to go out there and play hard because everyone on the team is going to be playing hard. So,
It's
What was
good.
your favorite play of the year, Spencer?
oh, I don't know if I necessarily had a favorite play. I mean,
Nah.
honestly, out of my plays, I'm not sure. Some of the picks, some of the like Logic's pick six, that was a good one. I
Yeah,
mean, it's cool to
that
be
was
out there on
good.
the field for some of those big plays, but um, yeah, I don't know that I necessarily had like a singular play that I liked more than any others. So,
Any game that stood out, maybe that you felt like you did your best work in?
I like Prairie View at the beginning. I felt good about that game, and then towards the end of the season, like McNeese and like East Texas, I felt like I started waking up a little more towards the end of the season. But yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
How much fun do you have hitting the quarterback? I've seen some plays there where you're just like coming after him.
yeah. I mean, it's fun, especially when you can get a few shots on them.
Ooh,
Um,
ooh, I like that one.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you always like to do it, especially if the refs, are being generous about letting you do it. But once they start calling it, that's when it gets, you gotta calm down a little bit. But I mean, our thing on the defense is if they're going to try to run the quarterback, and if they're going to try to use him, in the scheme of the play,
Mhm.
other than throwing the ball, like we got to make that guy pay. We got to punish him, so that affect him the whole game. That's one of Gamble's big things is we got to affect the quarterback because that can change the whole game. So if we get shots on those guys, every shot counts. It builds up throughout the game, and can really affect the games, especially important moments like the fourth quarter. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I think as a fan, we always complain about the quarterback, right, and how fragile, right? You guys can't touch him, but then if they touch our quarterback, like, hold on, hold up, don't touch Eddie Lee, right? But my question from a fan perspective is, how does Gamble and the coaching staff coach you guys up to play within the rules? Is there something you guys focus on, maybe a hitting technique, or how you actually pursue the ball to make it to where you guys aren't teetering that edge? I think you mentioned
yeah,
a
I
little
mean,
bit, but what do they teach you guys?
at the beginning of the season, he kind of made it pretty clear to us what the refs are looking for, in terms of if he's in the pocket versus out the pocket, how many steps you have in the pocket versus when he's on the run, when he's counted as a defenseless player. So he kind of went over that stuff with us. So, that stuff's kind of in your head throughout the game. Like, all right, can I hit this guy within a step or two, and get a shot on him because they might not call it. If it's 3 or 4 steps, I know they're probably going to call it. So you just kind of throughout the game and situations, be smart in that area.
Mhm.
And then, like when the quarterback's sliding, of course, throughout the season, he would try to see how the refs are going to be calling it, and I guess that kind of dictates, how it is the rest of the year. So I think that was, a work in progress throughout the year, but you never really know what the refs are going to do with that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, I don't know the stats, but I know there was some information about how you guys were one of the least penalized teams in the conference.
Mhm.
So I know from a coaching standpoint and a discipline standpoint, you guys did really really well, not getting a lot of big personal fouls, and there's some aggressiveness stuff that you can kind of probably take a bit with it. But I
mm-hmm.
did know that you guys were one of the least penalized teams in the conference, if not one of the ones top there. So that's really a good thing that the coaching staff focuses on that. I want to take it back to high school, Brentwood, Tennessee. I know you were a 6A All-State player. A guy from Texas and California like me is not too familiar with Tennessee, right? What was it like growing up there, and what was the high school football environment like there in Tennessee?
Yeah, I mean the high school environment kind of varies, from where you are, but at least my high school is competitive football. 6A is the top division, at least for public schools in Tennessee. So we were playing competitive football. We were selling out, the crowd. COVID kind of impacted that
Mm,
my senior year a little bit, but we were still getting a ton of people at the games. But definitely really competitive, great environments. And then my high school, I had a great experience, great coaches that poured into me. I felt like I got developed pretty well there. Um, and yeah, I mean, it was a great football experience. A lot of guys look back to high school, and I look back to high school, and I'm thinking like that was one of most fun I ever had playing football. So definitely enjoyed it.
Nice. Were you always a linebacker?
No, I kind of moved around positions. I didn't really play like true inside linebacker until my senior year. Um, I was kind of like an outside linebacker my freshman year, and then I was tight end my sophomore year, and then I was like a edge, sometimes even like an interior D lineman, like three tech, sometimes four eye. But mostly, not too far inside. But yeah, then my senior year I played inside linebacker. It was always kind of the hope to get to inside linebacker, but just kind of shaked out. We had some senior guys when I was a junior, and that was a way for me to get on the field. So yeah.
Nice. Do you come from a like an athletic family, or were there football players within your family, or how did football become a passion for you?
Yeah, I mean, my dad played football. He's a pretty good football player. He's actually from Texas. He went to
Oh,
New Braunfels Canyon, where Coach Bush coached at. So
wow.
he's from there, and he's a pretty good player. He kind of played tight end his senior year, and I think he led the team in receiving yards and stuff. He's a pretty good player. He had some Ivy League interests and stuff like that, but didn't end up playing. Um, but other than that, I mean, I just liked football for the camaraderie in high school. That was drawing to me. My friends played it. It was a pretty fun sport. Then it kind of turned into something more like a passion. So
Did you play
yeah,
any other sports in high school, or was it just football?
yeah. I played lacrosse. Actually, lacrosse was the first
Lacrosse.
sport that I liked a lot, and it was always in my head that I wanted to play college lacrosse from a young age. But it just ended up, it's a little harder in the South to get recruited at that sport, and really, get opportunities to play at good, solid programs. So then I kind of ended up just focusing on football. But yeah, I played lacrosse until my junior year, and my junior year I got hurt my shoulder in lacrosse season. So then I was like, you know what, I'm going to be done. I'm going to focus on football my senior year. Um, and yeah,
Cool. What were your top three schools coming out of high? I know you chose Memphis, but what were your top three schools coming out of high school?
ooh, I don't know if I necessarily had a top three, and honestly, I didn't just have a ton. I mean, I had interest, but Memphis was the one that the communication was the most. The head coach was, talking to my coach a lot, and it was that was in the middle of right when all these schools got all these seniors back. Like they got all the seniors back. That was my
Mm,
class. So all these schools that thought that they were going to be able to bring in, a ton of kids are now like, well, we got all these guys coming back. So that was kind of me. And Memphis is close to home, and they showed interest to me, and so yeah, I chose it, and I was happy to be there. I feel like I got developed there. And yeah, it's a good experience to be able to look back on, especially kind of bouncing around to a couple schools. You feel good about coming from a place like that has a history of winning, and does things in a good way. And that head coach now is at Arkansas. He
yep.
just took the job there. So yeah,
Yeah, he's ascended pretty good. I'll throw it to Danny to talk about year one.
Yeah, that's where I'd like to transition to. You start out at Memphis, you go up to Utah Tech, you have, quite a few tackles there. Did you feel like, that was you sort of coming of age or your breakout party before eventually making your way, to UTRGV? And we'd like to find out more about, your choice to be a founding, member essentially of that squad.
yeah. I mean, no, Utah Tech was definitely a great opportunity for me to go somewhere. Be an impactful player, be a starter, and get some good, true linebacker experience under my belt. And I mean, it was a good stepping stone. Those coaches believed in me. They wanted me to come in, and it was a new staff when I was coming in, so they were hoping to flip the program around. So yeah, I mean, after that though, it wasn't completely a great fit there for me. And yeah, I decided to get in the transfer portal. And yeah, I mean, ended up at UTRGV. It was a great opportunity.
Yeah, I have to say because Edinburgh is my hometown. It makes me extremely happy that people like you or guys like you came uh, to play for my my alma mater and my hometown. I mean, I think many years from now, people will remember players like Spencer Rich, players like Eddie Lee Marburger, players like Nate Denny, uh, the founding football players of UT Rio Grande Valley. So I have to say thank you. I have to take a second to thank you.
No problem, man. I mean, yeah, it's a special place down here, and you don't really realize it. Like at first, it's just like, all right, I'm in the portal. I got options. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? But you spend some time down here, especially after that first season. You didn't really realize how special it would be, how much people would care in the community.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to be down here and a part of it. So
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what in talking to players is that, and I think I recently said on X that Edinburgh's a college town, right? And a lot of people, I had a couple people I think from Texas State or a couple other kind of people jump in like you're tripping, but talking to the players like you guys are the professional team down here, right? Like this, I don't know what the definition of a college town is, right? But to me, it's a place where the college is at the forefront and you guys are pretty much the center of attention. What was it like playing in front of the Valley, and talk to me about the experience of just being a football player in the Valley and what it feels like on a day-to-day basis?
yeah, I mean, no, it was definitely our football environment's at the top of FCS. I mean, I played FCS football the last 2 seasons, so I mean I've traveled a lot of places. I mean, we got a top tier stadium in FCS football, even better than some FBSs.
Hmm.
And then the fact that we can sell it out and have a stadium full of fans, um, with the music and everything, it's definitely home field advantage, and it's kind of cool when you're on this side of it, not the other side. I think it kind of throws teams off. They're like, "Well, I didn't even know this stuff was down here." Um, but yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. What was your other point? Sorry.
Just how does it feel on a day-to-day basis to be a
Oh yeah,
football player? Because I've been with a couple of the players on a day-to-day basis, and there's so much tension, right? One, you're
yeah.
bigger than most of us down here, so a lot of us, right? And so it stands out. And then you don't even have to wear your UTRGV stuff sometimes, just getting recognized. What's it like on a day-to-day basis being a football player and representing the Valley?
I mean, it's cool. I wouldn't say it's just anything crazy. Like I'm not feeling like a celebrity walking around, but it definitely is cool. People learn that you play football, or they see you and think like, well, you look a little different, and they're just like, do you play sport? Do you play? Yeah, I play football. Like they think it's pretty cool, and it's an automatic, kind of. Well, wow, that's pretty cool, But
Cool. I'll pass it back to you, Danny.
Yeah, I mean, you touched a little bit about this whenever we are going through the film, but like, what kind of defense do you want like UTRGV to be known for? I know last year had a great year, 9-3 record, but that's a single data point, right? A second one would be a trend, right? So what do you want UTRGV defense to be known for going into year two?
yeah, I mean, just to kind of build on last year, I would want us to be known for just flying around, like being physical, flying around, and being violent on the field. Um, you know, I would want to be known for throwing offenses off. They turn our tape on film, and they're like, "Wow, this team flies around." Um, I mean, I had a friend tell me that one of the opponents, he was like y'all fly around on film, and that's the best kind of compliment you can hear, especially when people aren't expecting it. They might be looking for us a little harder this year after what we did last season, but yeah, I would say more than anything, just a defense that flies around, plays with great effort, and is physical.
Nice. As far as your family, I saw. I think I don't know if it was an interview. I think it was your fiance, I believe, was down here. Do they come out to the games a lot? And what do they like to say about the Valley when they come out?
Yeah, yeah. My parents tried to make, and my little brother. So I got my parents and little brother that still live in Nashville. He's, in 8th grade right now. But
Oh wow.
they loved coming. They loved that environment. I mean, they came out to a lot of the games at Utah Tech too, and then coming here was a huge upgrade in terms of game day environment. So they enjoyed it. They had fun with it. They kind of bought into to everything the Valley has to offer. So yeah, they have fun. They have fun going to all the games. I had some cousins come out to a game and stuff like
Nice.
that too. So yeah, they loved it.
Good, good. Well, for me, as far as closing, we're happy that you came back, right? I know that going to the transfer portal, I was asking Amari, I was like, "Oh, what's up with Spence? I haven't seen him, announce anything, right?" And then when you said you were coming back, I was like, "Man, that's the real deal to have you and Haygood and all the guys coming back." So wanted to say thank you for that. Thank you for year one. It was a blast. I'm in section 114, so if you ever need to look up there, you'll see me representing this year. We got the season tickets, but we're excited for what's to come. We're excited about having you back. And I think year two is going to be something bigger. And I think you know that, and that's why you came back. So I wanted to say thank you on behalf of the Valley and the fans, and I'll throw it back to Danny to fishing out. But I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be a big year.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. I mean, it's definitely a great place to be coming back to. So on the rise.
Yeah, Roy said it well. Appreciate you. Thank you for everything. And yeah, excited to have you back in year two. And for all you fans that are tuning in, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. V's up.
Sir,
Let's go,
appreciate
baby.
it.